Hey everybody, we're back. Halloween. Playing MediEvil on PlayStation. Yay.
In a time long ago, there lived in the kingdom of Gallowmere a sorcerer named Zarok. This arrogant
Hey, son.
man hated his
Let me
fellow
resize
citizens
this.
for their simple and peaceful ways. So he raised an army of demons and set out to take the
Hey, why'd you bite me?
for his
How you
own.
doing, buddy?
The king's champion, Sir Daniel Fortescue, led the militia into battle against this unholy horde. Songs are still sung of how he spearheaded the charge deep into the accursed multitude, how demons fell before him like wheat
Yes,
before
like
the
that, that's
scythe,
good.
and how at last, though mortally wounded, he destroyed the sorcerer utterly. Fortescue went down in history that day as the hero of Gallowmere, and a time of peace began, which was to last for 100 years.
I'll be honest, I debated doing this the entire time. I think I mentioned to Chansum that I might do this. And then decided to do Castlevania, and that went horribly. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, we'll do this instead. It was an intention at one point to do this anyway before I changed my mind. I'm okay, why'd you bite me? Hopefully gonna do better. hopefully. If you do this game right, it's about 5 to 6 hours. Never fond of the way they redesigned Zarok in MediEvil Resurrection on PSP, and honestly, still not fond of his redesign in the remake on PS4. Yeah, hopefully this will go better. Why are the analog sticks enabled on this? Good old Zarok. That son of a bitch.
Turn this up.
Oh, hey, it's the Living Forest from Mortal Kombat. There. Yeah, MediEvil is pretty cool. Pretty cool game. 98, I think? I imagine like a lot of people have nostalgia for this game. Which isn't a bad thing. Cool game. Cool games, fun game. Ah, yeah. Alright, that was a stock scream. If you play Command and Conquer, if you play classic Command and Conquer, you'll hear that scream a lot. It's a good game. And, you know, it probably is a better idea to do this than Castlevania. Alright, so press the button.
Let it alone. Fate has given it a second chance.
It has risen again. Sir Daniel Fortescue. See?
Zarok and live up to the legend. We hopes it does well.
Well, thank you. Oh, I don't have the analog stick enabled. Alright. There we go. No. You won't find me doing a Zero Chalice playthrough. It makes you think I'm going to do an ARM-only playthrough. One of the things I was surprised at with the remake was that there aren't gates that shut here. So you can go right back up to the crypt and talk to those gargoyle heads again. I got a life bottle. And throwing daggers. We're not really going to be reading any of the books. Mostly for the sake of getting a move on. Graveyard. Alright, let's go. I'd forgotten that this game, if you have vibration turned on, I'd forgotten this game actually rumbles the controller with every single step. Like, if you're running, every step rumbles the controller. You know what? No, it's even if you're walking. Crazy. Turn that off. That's going to get tiresome and drain the battery. Back before rechargeable battery packs were common for the Wii. Any game that would make the Wiimote vibrate a lot would just drain the battery like crazy. Mario Galaxy was apparently really bad for that, but I haven't actually beaten Mario Galaxy. Well, a lot of games just loved vibrating the Wiimote all the damn time. Show me that. Show me that. Show me that gold. Awesome. So I like MediEvil. It's a classic of my childhood. MediEvil 2, less so, honestly. Played it less, enjoyed it less. Not a bad game, I just don't think it's as well put together as this. And then of course there's the first remake for the PSP, which was MediEvil Resurrection, which I have, and I think I touched once and was not into it. Which is the risk you run when you remake anything like MediEvil. I mean, MediEvil on PS4, the PS4 remake, is very much the same as Ocarina of Time 3D, or the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, or the Spyro Reignited Trilogy, in that it's really just a graphical overhaul more than anything else. But Resurrection did different things and wasn't great for it, honestly. Let's grab that chalice. People who do no chalice runs of this game are crazy. Like, every decent weapon you get in this game requires you to go to the Hall of Heroes. And it's like depriving yourself of that. It's not like the combat's good enough that you can really live on skill alone. Look at this, it's button mashing. Swing your wave the sword around. There's not really any skill to it. weapons that do require skill are acquired through the Hall of Heroes. This game has a good soundtrack. It's early PS1 analog control support. So it's like, yeah, no, great analog support. It's not great. But you know, it is proper analog support, so that's nice. I don't like doing a game like this with a D-pad. I'll take the analog support, however limited it may be.
Tread softly. Zarek awaits beyond these gates. The Master meets with the demon from the mausoleum, hatching plots of purest evil. Forgotten nobodies would be wise to make themselves scarce.
Some of those lines that you just remember. It's not like MediEvil has bad voice acting, but it has voice acting that will make you remember certain lines. Purest evil.
Welcome to the Hall of Heroes, where the bravest warriors from history spend eternity, feasting, singing, and arm wrestling.
Arm wrestling.
If they think you're worthy enough, you may be able to persuade them to give you a new weapon.
So you don't get all your weapons through the Hall of Heroes, but you get most of them from the Hall of Heroes.
Captain Fortescue, it's me, Canny Tim. Does the battle go well? How I wish I could fight at your side again, sir. But hold, you could take my crossbow. It's got rapid fire and you can ricochet the darts off walls to shoot around corners. I used it at the Battle of Ganymede. After you were slain, I shot Zarek's champion, Lord Kardok. A clean kill through the eye at some 1,000 yards.
Says you can ricochet it off walls.
No,
You're probably never going to do that.
Shooting someone in the eye, sir. Oh, goodbye, sir.
Crossbow, ranged weaponry, yeah. Back to the sword. Do-do-do-do-do. Yes. Ain't nothing else to do. Dasani, you've got the remake. How is the remake overall? Because I only played the demo of it, and it left a positive enough impression, but not one that was like, I want to go out and buy this immediately. No. Cemetery Hill. Good. Good. That's good. Good to know. Look at that issue the PS1 had of warping textures. That's good. I like that it wasn't full price. Like that was a good idea.
Shackles of death. My old enemy pursues me. You're too late, Fortescue. Already,
you know, a lot of time and effort gone into recreating everything in modern graphics. £20. Good. Not like Nintendo, where it's like, yeah, no, we put Link's Awakening in. Yeah, graphics. Not like it's pushing anybody's hardware 10 years ago. That'll be full price, please. Fucking Nintendo. Then people pay it. Why Nintendo keeps doing it. Although that said, like, I imagine if people didn't pay it, it's not that Nintendo would start charging less for it. Nintendo would just stop doing remakes like that. They'd stop doing anything like that. Like, Nintendo make fantastic games, and Link's Awakening's a solid game. But for fuck's sake, full price for a visual-only remake of a Game Boy game? It's like, anybody who defends that is a fool. It didn't cost that much to make. That's not them making money back off it. And there's no reason for it, especially when you look at... the best example is Activision, and I've said it before, but like, when you make Activision look better, when you are unfavourably compared to Activision, you're really doing something wrong. And you've got the Crash Insane Trilogy remake. What was that, 30 quid, £40 at launch? Wasn't full price. The Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled remake, which microtransactions added a month after launch. Complete bullshit, not going to disagree with that. But also a bunch of extra tracks. They went above and beyond with the actual gameplay of that. Not full price.
They moved on years back.
The Spyro Reignited Trilogy, 3 games, all fully remade in the same way. Not full price. Hell, I think the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 remake is one of the best examples. Putting together the licensing for the music was probably more expensive than... Probably more expensive and more time-consuming than most of the entire the rest of the remake process. I wouldn't mind getting that. That'd be a fun time. Oh, how convenient. And of course the worst part is that people defend it. You take them for a ride and you just... It's like, yeah, no, I enjoy being ripped off. It's like when 2K came out and said the next-gen versions of NBA 2K21 are gonna be a higher price. And people are defending it. It's like, yeah, no, the cost of game development has increased. It's like, you want to make that argument elsewhere? Fine. 2K21, no. How long's 2K21 been out? Not been that long. They've added unskippable adverts to it already. A full price game. What's that you want to play? Well, watch these unskippable adverts we've put in the game. That, I think, is a disgrace. And people shouldn't put up with it. Alright, let me get that treasure. You know what would have been a good idea, actually, to take a look at? Nightmare Creatures. It's been a long time since I've done anything with that game, but last time I did anything with that game, I remember how stiff the controls were. Which might be a big issue if I'm going to try and play a bunch of it.
Back from the battle so soon? It must think it is a hero.
Thanks to the host, Sammy Joe. And that reminds me, I need to shrink the alerts to
fit.
There we go.
See the ghost.
How you doing, Sammy Joe?
Of your fraudster self. When it has turned solid, a true hero you will be.
Neat. Alright, Kenny Tim, what do you got for me? Thanks for the shout out for Sammy Joe, Signer.
I knew it would take more than an army of the evil dead to throw your strider. I've something that may help you on your quest.
Yeah, you came at the right time to see some MediEvil.
Though I have no idea what it is.
Alright, let's get out of here. Let's go to the mausoleum. You have the first boss to deal with. Save the game. Hilltop Mausoleum. And gems. Here's some Jimmy Jammies, some classic PlayStation gaming. Good time. Good time had by all. Get these imps. Get the imps. Alright, give me a club out. Select the club, that would be good. Bam. Bam. There we go. There we go, new club. All sword. Watch out for the... Watch out for the imps without torches. The imps without torches will steal your stuff. And, you know, that's not fun. Is it right or left first? I can't remember. Okay, it's the other way first. Probably a little warmer than it should be right now over here. I feel like if I kept that going, I probably could have clipped through that glass. You know, I look forward to getting back to RPGs next week. Starting Tales of the Abyss. That'll be fun. Of course, don't forget we have a Sunday showcase tomorrow where we'll be playing Scarface, The World Is Yours on PlayStation 2. Rewatched Scarface yesterday because it's on Netflix, and that was a way to spend a Friday evening. There we go. Smack. You get the positioning just right, you can get both of them. Both sides with the single swipe. Hit it. Hit it. Okay. So since we're going for the chalice, we're gonna spend a little longer in this level than we otherwise would. Because if you don't go for the chalice, this level is actually pretty short. There's an imp without a torch, watch out for him. Blue. And red. Going down again. Take a right turn this time. And we've got the blue this time, so we can sort this out. Drop that off, take these guys out. He'll be reet. He'll be reet. Grab this one. Grab the music, and then get out of there. Okay. Yeah, I'll be happy when we get the dash. That'll be good. I'll be dashing through the levels. Da 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 na 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 ba da 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 na 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 ba da. And there's the chalice. Alright, let's go deal with that motherfucker. Watch me sell some throwing daggers, but we're not going to use the throwing daggers. Get a shield. I think it's a shield. It's a shield. Nice. Anyway, this is the best use for the crossbow. Worth getting the crossbow just for this boss. You can use the throwing daggers, but alright, let's do this. Very simple fight. You can't attack him any other way than hitting the heart. The game tells you that. Eventually jumps to the center and charges another attack. Just one more will probably do it. I miss the PS1 sometimes. Do. Target the thing, God. Great, we're gonna do this again because you wouldn't target it. That's something that was definitely better in the remake. The first level in the demo showed off that they had an actual aiming mode, which would prevent stuff like that. Breakfast sounds good. Also, lounging. Lounging's good. Stuff. Yeah. I think this is the hammer this time.
It's the Hall of Heroes shopping mall. Bargain hunters should check out the ground floor.
And once we get onto the second floor, it'll be
should check out the upper floor.
better.
That's where it's at.
Shouldn't take that long to get to the second floor, though, should it? Is it Hammer Dude? Yes, it is. Awesome. The hammer is good for the next boss.
Ah, Fortescue! What's this I hear about that archcad Zarok still being alive?
That archcad?
The fella. Never mind, you old warhorse. Better show him what's what, eh? I expect Johnny's zombies a bit more of a handful than you remember. How are you doing for weapons?
I could do with some more.
Here,
Always do with
take my
some more.
hammer. It'll smash anything and it won't fall apart like a club. I only ever get to use it cracking walnuts around this place.
Yeah, the hammer's a great replacement for the club. The only thing it can't do is catch fire, which is needed a couple of times.
Stand your iron hewer, eh?
Bam, 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 bam. I look forward to getting the broadsword. Pancakes. 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 Alright, back to the graveyard. No, he is a child. Then again, aren't we all children, in some respect? We'll be here when you get back, Sammy Joe. Come at me, bro. Now, let's see if I can do this. This is really finicky. Nope. God damn it. If you jump on the coffin, it'll take you to a secret area. It's really finicky and honestly not worth it. Let's see if we can do it. There we go. The D-pad was better for that. Fortunately, this is one of those games that when you turn the analog stick on, you can still use the D-pad, which is really good. I do that with Metal Gear Solid as well. I'll move with the analog stick, but some stuff I use the D-pad for. What's this? What's all this then? Alright. Was the camera better in the remake? Like I say, I only played the demo, so I have no idea. I played the demo over a year ago now. I did a video of it on my channel, put my thoughts together on it. That was a long time. It was like over a year ago now. It was the first weekend one-off I did for Halloween last year. I guess the weekend one-off's been replaced by the Sunday showcase now. Okay. There we go. Still a better camera than Silent Hill 3. Yeah, you probably are, Bane. How you doing, buddy? Sunday Showcase this week was decided by Lino, who chose Scarface, The World Is Yours, which is a what-if sequel to the original movie. I haven't decided who's choosing the next one yet. Probably should. Probably should. Ooh, Silver Shield. You doing good? That's good. We've had some interesting signs with the Sunday Showcase so far. It's not been boring. My main concern is when someone picks something like Altered Species Vampire Rain on there, which I'm not getting 3 hours out of that. So I have to decide if I'm willing to do like bundle Sunday Showcases, or if I'm willing to go for like an hour stream until the game's worn out its welcome. Rondo of Blood was going horribly, honestly, Bane. I wasn't feeling it to begin with, and it just went horribly. I'd been considering MediEvil, and then just decided, no, I should do Castlevania instead. And then was like... But we did Super Castlevania 4 for the Castlevania Marathon. It was the last Castlevania game we did. Are we officially back in lockdown now? The only thing I'd heard was that they were considering it. The entire thing's fucking dumb. We should have really had an extended lockdown. On Thursday. Again, this whole thing's dumb. Hit lockdown now, actually enforce it. They've been pussyfooting around the entire thing, and that's part of the problem. There's no strong leadership in this country. God damn it. Yeah, that'll be it. I don't watch the news anymore. I watched the news for years, it just made me angry. And the more news I see these days, the more depressed it makes me. More hopeless. So, generally try to avoid it to keep my spirits up, which is desperately needed in this day and age. Undertaker. Okay, what am I at? 86. Where did that zombie? There you are, you son of a bitch. Yeah. Sunday Showcase tomorrow with Scarface, and they decide who's choosing next week's. Clem here. Clem, I see you lurking. Are you in a position to respond? Should go this way, right? Wait a minute, let's check this way, make sure. Yeah, no, we're good. Make sure there's nowhere we need to jump, use the block to jump up to. I'm pretty interested. Like I said, I watched Scarface last night because it's on Netflix. It'd been on my list for a while. To like really get back into the entire thing. And then like go from that into the alternate ending scenario of The World Is Yours. I'm interested, and I've heard it compared favourably to Grand Theft Auto, so that's good. These days, it's a comparison that wouldn't matter, but given it's a game that came out on the PS2, it means more. Because to comparing it to the Grand Theft Autos I actually gave a shit about. Come on, hit me with that 100. Damn it. My thought with that, honestly, Bane, is like, do I like PS2 era Grand Theft Auto because it's good, or do I like PS2 era Grand Theft Auto because of nostalgia? But we'll see. We'll see how much I enjoy Scarface. I am looking forward to it. It should be fun. And see who's going to decide next week's. Clem hasn't responded. Presumably, I think he's watching Crag at the minute. Ah, shit. I just accidentally hit the run an ad button. So for everybody who isn't subscribed, I think you've just gone and gotten an ad. So I'll wait for you guys, so that'll be done. Alright, 15 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, that should be good. You guys back? There we go. That wasn't actually Twitch. I alt-tabbed to my browser to see whether or not Crag was still live. And, oh, my stream manager is currently playing. So, okay, let me just stop that. So that's not using up the necessary bandwidth. How do I do it? Press space. Does that, but it also then hits the last button I pushed on that page, which was the ad button. So you guys got a 90-second ad. What I do now, I start the streams off with a 90-second ad while it's doing the startup. Because we do a 90-second ad, we do it in the startup when nothing's going on anyway. And then that's 30 minutes of no ads, no pre-rolls for anybody who's coming into the stream. Which is why I run an ad when I start. Do it right at the start before anybody comes in, and hopefully it finishes before anybody comes in and everybody gets come in without an ad. And I keep an eye on the timer and don't actually start anything until after that ad's done. Alright, let's go. Alright, so guys in the graveyard. Best idea, wait for them to charge, it's the only time you can hit them. And unleash the charge attack for the hammer. Even if you miss, you're doing damage, but if you get the hit, then like you see there, better damage. There we go. This is a weird thing, like, oh, you've gotten the Daring Dan dash ability for beating them. It's the only time that kind of thing happens in the game. You don't get abilities for beating other bosses.
All has changed outside the necropolis. Paths go this way, paths go that way. Nasty, painful death waits round every turn.
But yeah, I'm interested in Scarface. It should hopefully be fun.
Bon voyage.
There we go. Oh, Magic's alive. I like Magic. Magic's cool, dude. All of Heroes. Trip 4, so this should probably just be like cash or something. I always hate it when the reward for going to the Hall of Heroes is just cash.
Bravo, Fortescue! Some of the other chaps wagered Zarok would be using your ribcage as a toast rack by now, but I knew you'd pull through. Here, I have a little extra something here I can give you. Could help the old quest. You want it?
Yes. And 2 boxes of treasure. 100 gold, and it's like, a new weapon, sure. A life vial, cool. Treasure, I'm not desperate for treasure. Alright, so now the path splits. And the world really opens up. So, since I think Klim is probably just lurking for throws the support and watching Crag, means he can't respond to us because he probably can't hear us. Sign up. You want to choose next week's weekend one-off? Sunday showcase? There we go. The Enchanted Earth. There we go, that's what we're after. Hello.
Who has summoned the Witch of the Forest? Oh, it is you, Sir Fortescue. Forgive me, my lord. I have never met a real hero.
Yeah, Santa's probably just doing something.
Forgive me, Just an old lady's little joke.
How you doing,
I
T?
am glad to see you, Sir Fortescue. I need 7 pieces of amber that are hidden in the ant's nest. Bring them to me, and I can grant you a special reward. I will only offer you this quest this once. Are you willing to give it a try?
Yes.
Sorry, didn't I mention I'd have to shrink you to the size of an insect? Now hurry back.
So yeah, we're not actually doing the Enchanted Earth, we're doing the Ant Caves. I don't think we actually have what we need to do the Enchanted Earth right now.
Run, little man. If the master found it now, he would crush it like a bag. Hark! We can hear the soldier ants approaching. Onward and
Today and the small man in a white van. Alright, let's go deal with the ants. Wash him like a bag. Like a bag. Like a bag. Tell you what though, I don't miss PS1 camera. There is. Oh, I found a club. So long ago, but I have a hammer for a reason. There we go.
Thank you for releasing me, sir. My people wish only to live our lives in blissful harmony with nature. But
Blissful
alas,
harmony.
the wicked Ant Queen has many of us imprisoned. Rescue my people, Mr. Fortescue, and you will be richly rewarded.
I mean, it's one of those things, like, people complain about Resident Evil with its fixed camera angles. But, like, Resident Evil, especially the original trilogy on PlayStation, were always good about their camera angles. Code Veronica notwithstanding.
These fireflies are
And
my
it
friends.
never ended up with the same problem of, oh, I can't see shit, because the camera's pointing in the wrong direction that way. PS1 era was good. Maybe after we're done with the RPGs we currently have lined up, we will do a PS... No, we are doing a PS1 RPG. Legend of Dragoon is going to be after Digital Devil Saga. Digital Devil Saga 2. Yeah, we are. The PS1 era RPGs are good stuff. And of course we got all the PS1 RPGs on the list. So what do we got? Chrono Cross is on there. Threads of Fate, Legend of Dragoon, Legend of Gaia. Yeah, the fixed camera. It's definitely one thing I hold up about RE1, 2, and 3 over Code Veronica. Code Veronica moving to fully rendered 3D environments. It feels like there was less care put into its camera placement as a result. Often the camera in Code Veronica doesn't show you everything you need to see. I find it way more common to get blindsided by monsters, especially in the early game in Code Veronica. which doesn't really happen so much in 1, 2, or 3. Even 1, which you think would be the one that would be the worst for it. I kind of miss those pre-rendered background days of RPGs. It's like you think pre-rendered backgrounds, and a lot of people think of like your Resident Evil, your pre-rendered backgrounds, your fixed camera, but like the RPGs were really good with that, I feel. They have a distinct style, and I think it'd be nice to see them return. Especially since you wouldn't have to compress the backgrounds. That's fair enough, Signer. Things come up. Okay, I need to find all the fairies. Said you can pick next week's weekend, next week's Sunday showcase, Signer. Yeah, like with the retro revival, entire retro revival idea, it is kind of a shame that the retro revival idea just kind of stopped with like 16-bit for the most part, and we've not really seen anything like PS1 era RPGs. Everyone's all like, yeah, let's recapture Final Fantasy VI or recapture Chrono Trigger. And it's like, that's all well and good, but why not recapture something like the aesthetic design of like FF7, 8, or 9 with the pre-rendered backgrounds and the fixed camera angles? It was a necessity then, it wouldn't be now, but then again, pixel art was a necessity then, and it isn't now. Yeah, the lack of pre-rendered backgrounds and a lot of stuff just doesn't hit the same. I think it's a big part of the reason why Code Veronica always felt like an odd duck compared to the rest of the classic Resident Evils. Because while Remake and Zero look fantastic, they're still pre-rendered. How many more fairies do I need? 4? If anything, like, maybe part of the problem with Code Veronica's backgrounds is they're just less detailed and you can pick that out. Because 3D rendering as opposed to the pre-rendered just gave you less fidelity. I feel like I'm running around in circles now. We got all the fairies up here. Okay. Yeah, we were shrunk down by the Witch of the Forest. She wants what they're harvesting for a spell or something. Honestly, I'm really here to free the fairies, because freeing the fairies gets me a chalice. Means we can go back to the Hall of Heroes. Yay. Tawny boy. Tig, you ever played MediEvil before? Let's go this way then. Yeah, this was downwards. I've always been fond of horror ideas that aren't actually horror. Like Castlevania isn't a horror game, but it's built on horror style. Three fairies remain. Like classic horror monsters and stuff like that. And MediEvil's kind of in a similar vein. I've always liked that idea. Okay, I feel like it's going too far down. Like, same with like movies. Horror comedy is one of my favourite ideas. And when horror comedy is done right, it is so good. There's another one. There's another one. One more and we can work to get out. One more of those. There it is. All the fairies. This the exit? Okay, so that's the exit. Clearly marked, I like that. Awesome! And we just got what we needed. All 6 fairies, all that. And let me restock on crossbow, actually. Here we go. There's the Ant Queen. On. There we go. And that's the Ant Queen fight. There's not a lot of complication in MediEvil's boss fights. You don't even have to deal with the smaller ants that she summons. It's just worth doing that so that your aim doesn't get screwed up by them. Because MediEvil operates on an auto-aim system. You know, or you just stand there taking damage. I'm gonna have to visit a life fountain after we're done here. 2 life fountains, maybe? Graveyard would be a good way to do that. Damn it. One more cycle. Come on, get up on your hinds. Up on your hind legs, you bitch. Oh, you bitch. Hope you have enough time. So close. Okay, now I need to stop screwing around because I'm almost dead. Now. Hey. And that's the ant caves.
Bless me, if it isn't Daniel, Lord of the Ants. Hold still, and I'll remove the shrink spell. Oh, lovely, lovely Amber. Here you are, Sir Knight. A wart-covered and cabbage-smelling old crone I may be, but I always keep my promises. I grant you my reward.
Chicken drumstick.
You have helped to free all the fairy people from the clutches of the filthy and scum. As a reward, I can grant you passage to the Hall of Heroes.
I have no idea how you could have done that line reading without really hurting your throat. But anyway, for freeing all the fairies, we get to go to the Hall of Heroes again. Let me switch that out. I don't want to start wasting the chicken drumsticks. Okay, you're done. Here we go. Ah, the broadsword.
Fortescue, you jawless arrow magnet, what are you doing back here? What? Call me Mr.
Right,
Walden
that's why we go
Almighty.
for
How
the
I
anthill
pity the
first.
people of Gallowmere,
The
that
ant
their
caves.
fate should once again be in the hands
Because
of
that
a
gets us the
cub
broadsword
like
before we
you.
deal with the scarecrow field,
Still,
which is really
I
helpful.
suppose it's not fair to take it out on them. Take my sword, and do try not to stab yourself in the foot. You know, I've always had my doubts about you, Fortescue. You're just not carved from hero material.
Yes, I will accept. Want that better sword. So, there's a percentage on the broadsword because it can be enchanted, and when enchanted it does more damage. But even when it's not enchanted, it still does more damage than the short sword. So it's well worth having. Of course, you may run into the problem of while it's enchanted, you may be like, I want to save this for a better occasion. That's a bad thing to get into. Bad idea. Bad idea. Okay. And Scarecrow Fields. Okay. It's just warning us about scarecrows. Scarecrows are almost unstoppable, so don't try and be a hero. Try trapping them while you make your escape. If you're going for chalice percentage, you've got to kill them. Oh yeah. Oh dear. This could be nasty. I completely forgot that I needed to refill my health. Oh, this doesn't get me killed. How about a weapon for this? Yeah, that wasn't worth it. Alright, what do we got? Farmers. For the farmers in the combine harvester. They're gonna come and take your corn away. I'm gonna say it was their corn all along, but they'll be lying and you'll know it. God, that makes me think like one of the funniest lines. Just completely out of context, one of the funniest lines you can get in Father Ted. I hear you're a racist now, Father. It's one ridiculous, but like completely out of context. Wonderful. Oh, I need to buy some more crossbow bolts. Okay. That'll do for now. Throwing daggers only if absolutely necessary. Oh, Zimps built automatons. Automatons? Okay, Moon Rune. Drop that off. Go for bits. Didn't want it. Go. This off, that was busy work. Somebody made those windmill sails a little too big. Alright, there we go. Doing better on the health front now, at least. What do we got? Silver shield. However, I would like to go through my copper first. There we go. Crossbow. All these imps and their giant destructive automatons. Really do need to play near Automata. Alright, what's over here? Don't go in the corn. There are children in the corn. Beware the children of the corn. I haven't seen that episode in years. Okay. Peace off. Yeah, that's for later. Alright. Seriously though, don't go in the corn, it's very dangerous. Every now and then you'll see something jump out of the corn. Those are the monsters that live in the corn. Once you go in the corn, they will make a beeline for you, and if they catch you, that's a life bottle gone. Which, you know, is always fun. Dallas is over there. Health fountain. That's the exit. We need to fix the thing to get there. We should have enough chalice percentage by the time we get over there. Go, now make the careful walk. Awesome. Fucking scarecrow outside my reach. Can I get the bastard? Oh no, he's coming inside. Who's laughing now? That's just upsetting. So the life fountains will always fill up a full bottle and then some. I don't think it's quite 2 full bottles, might be a little less than that. There we go. And I think this is the last one. There you go. There's the part we need. There's the exit, but we can't go there yet. We need a chalice. Back we go. All the way back. The good news is it hasn't really been a major issue that we didn't refill our health before coming here. That's good. And we should be heading to another life fountain. As long as I don't go in the corn. Alright. Okay, now set the platform up. Goddamn bats. A fresh copper shield. And away we go. And we get outside and we see it's just cut down the corn. Good stuff. Good stuff. Hey look, another life jar. Always appreciated. Chest. Like, super worth it to do this. Plus the life fountain. This is one of the worst places for the camera to really screw you over. You know, like, you'd be walking in a straight line and the camera suddenly shifts and it's a major issue for you. Because wandering into the corn can cost you a full life bar. You may or may not have that to spare. Alright, let's get out of here. One more time. Well, that went wonderfully. And the last one. There we go. Talk to me, gargoyle face.
Pumpkin Gorge, dead ahead. The nursery to Gallomere's favourite side dish. Step inside and understand the true horror of fruit gone bad.
Fruit gone bad, you say? Meanwhile, at the Hall of Heroes.
Gaining allies in the Hall of the Heroes is the way forward. Hack, choppity chop, off with a few zombies' heads, and it thinks it can redeem itself in battle. You still have a long way to go to rank as the best.
Upstairs, that's solid. Yeah, it's probably one more chalice now
By God,
before we can
Fortescue,
go upstairs.
You must be the luckiest
Where the really
corpse
good
ever to
weapons
walk
are.
the face of the earth. I have something here I can lend to you. Take it or leave it, but remember, I'm only doing this for the sake of Gallomir's doomed population, and not for you, you gangly buffoon!
Cool. Build up the treasure. That way I can afford to pay the gargoyles. Well, it comes from my kneecaps. You don't want to be in deep to the gargoyle mafia. Alright. Two options. We can go at the Pumpkin Gorge, or we can go at the Sleeping Village. No. Pumpkin Gorge. Pumpkin Gorge. Alright, let's do this. Watch out for the pumpkins. Pumpkins are coming for you. They brought these things back for MediEvil 2 and had a whole thing of rescuing hostages from them. It was kind of like... Okay. Turn the camera. Go. There's the cave. Watch out for exploding pumpkins. Alright. Back. Back, you pumpkin fiends. God damn pumpkins. Swipe. It's harvest time. Are you there for the great pumpkin harvest of 14 something? I don't know. Whatever year this is. Watch out for the gargoyle protection rackets. Hang it, Bane. This the season. This the season for it. Welcome back, Sammy Joe. We got some more weapons. Oi, swipe that sword. Pumpkin monsters. Have it. Have it, you pumpkin monstrosities. This the season to car pumpkins. Tra la 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 la. Okay, let's try this again. Yeah, motherfucker. Uh-oh. That was probably worth it. Probably worth it. Alright, put the Chaos Rune down, and... how bad is this? Oh, they're spitting pumpkins at me. They're spitting pumpkin juice. Oh dear. It was true what they said. This is Halloween. Pumpkins scream in the dead of night. Alright, that's better. HBO. Watch out for the bouncing pumpkins, because they're not very friendly. They're going to explode. Pumpkins of mass destruction. Slash. Alright, well, what do you got for me? Where's this go? Oh god, platforming. This way. Nope. Oh no, that did serve a purpose. Okay, we're good. We're good. Purpose was served. How are we doing for challenge percentage? 56. 59. Good, because we do want to get as much as we can. It is a good thing that, considering you want to try and kill as many enemies as possible, a rage chalice percentage to get the chalice, it's a good thing that MediEvil very clearly indicates where the end of the level is. Club. Oh, the silver shield. We still got a little bit left in the copper, though. Right, this is where it was before. Alright. Remember in the days of the PS1 where a game could be just everything? You want to find a game on this, like this, on PS3 that just had weird platforming elements in it? Yeah. It's a little nerve-wracking to jump over them. Don't need this now. Come on, lower it further. There we go. Fuck you. Okay, so there's the exit. Means this is what we want to do. Good thing I brought a hammer. Good thing I still brought my hammer. Let's go left. More mushrooms. A different exit?
All bow down before the master of the vegetable patch, the prize-winning plant who can summon an army of cabbage with a wave of his noble tendril. He's delicious, he's nutritious, he's Zarok's secret recipe. He's the Pumpkin King.
Everyone hail to the Pumpkin King now. I need to find the... Open the inventory, goddamn. I burned through like at least a life ball and a half there before it let me open the inventory. That was ridiculous. It's only to find the chalice. That's better. Yeah, cabbage. Get out of here and get on a salad. Oh, I have no idea what the chalice is. Oh, that coming. Alright. Round. Probably gonna be back at the start, isn't it? That one cave back at the start that I've completely forgotten about. Alright. And I ran. I ran so far away. There's a life vial there. Oh, you shouldn't still be alive. That's an error. Okay. Well, it's not this one. Question is, how do we get up there? It's probably going to be in there. That's probably over here somewhere, isn't it? Hmm. Hmm. Boys and girls of every age, wouldn't you like to see something strange? Let's go find the chalice now in the pumpkin gorge. That was fortunate. I pressed the wrong button to jump. Pressed X when it should be circle. Okay. There's the exit. All right. That was close. Gotta be there. Question becomes, where's the entrance? There's the exit to the first one. How are you guys doing? There we go. Fake walls. That was surprisingly not very obvious. Ta-da! Don't worry, San, you have Scarface to look forward to tomorrow. So you don't have to look forward to work, but like, look, you can look forward to something after. That's probably going to slow work down for you, isn't it? To be looking forward to something after work. Yeah, no, I apologise. Damn. Alright, let's get out of here. Go deal with the Pumpkin King now. This is Halloween, this is Halloween. Pumpkins scream in the dead of night. Come join the Mecha Legion Discord, where we talk about dumb things occasionally. Ika. Alright, the stairs good. The stairs good. Can we go upstairs? Stairs, stairs, stairs. Stairs. Okay. Monzy. Ooh. Raven hooves. And that's it. Alright. You know me, Santa. I'm always here. Always here to keep you from getting a big head.
Dan, Dan, Dan. Tell me, what's a warrior queen gotta do to meet someone like you? Don't be shy, baby. I've seen you giving me the eye. You may be weak and feeble like old men, but I like you, Daniel. Oh, I love a man who doesn't talk back. I think if you return, I may take you for my husband. Now listen up, sugar.
It's all well and good, lady,
But
but
if you want to pack some serious heat, you should take this spear. Think of me when you throw it.
it said babysit you, not babysit for you, though. Alright, let's go deal with Pumpkin King. She's very dominant, which, you know, can be attractive in a woman, but not all the time. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to complain about Nintendo a lot more. It's not going to stop. The Pumpkin Serpent. Alright. King Pumpkin sleeps. You should mash all his pod sacks. Eight pods remain. We should go and get more health. Alright. And the graveyard's not a bad place to do it. Especially since Pumpkin Serpent is a boss level. And since we already got the chalice, we can just ignore everything and just run through. Thank you. There you are. Don't want anybody interrupting me while I take a nice little breather in the life fountain. So I assume everybody here has played MediEvil? I mean, I know Sana has. Sammy Joe already said she has, said she loved it. And I'd be very surprised if Bane hadn't. I think me and Bane have discussed it in the past. Yeah, no, get the money. Yep. Get out of it. Run, Daniel, run! On the PS1 copy. You know, it's weird when you think about it that MediEvil 2 never got a PSN release. I don't have my PS1 copy of MediEvil. The PS1 copy we had back in the day was copied. It was a burnt disc. I do own it on PSN though. Yeah, it's weird that 2 wasn't released on PSN. I mean, MediEvil is a Sony property. It's like how Legend of Dragoon isn't on PSN in Europe. There's not really a good reason for it. It's Sony owned and it was released over here. Alright. You know, you get yourself a PSP or a Vita. It's a good way to play it on the go. I mean, or you can just get an emulation handheld these days. A lot of the Chinese emulation handhelds now can do a lot of PS1 stuff really well, and you can pick them up really cheap. There's a new emulation handheld coming out that I'm looking at that I'm kind of interested in. It's going to have like a small, that biggish form factor, I guess. I want to see what the price is going to be for it, because if it's really good, pocket-sized emulator like that can do PS1 really well, I'd be into that. Hook it up to the PS3, Ben. I think that's how you have to. I think that's how you have to put games on it nowadays. Anyway, they shut down PSP access to the PSN years ago. You download it through the PS3, and before you install it on the PS3, you connect the PSP to it and copy it to the PSP. MediEvil 2 is an interesting game. It's not as good as MediEvil 1, though it does have some neat ideas. Like, the hand was neat. The Frankendan fight was kind of interesting, though not that fun to actually do.
And look, see how they repay me, running around and causing mischief. That nasty old big
Kaya was kind of wasted. It's set in Victorian London, so of course there's Jack the Ripper, because of course there is. It's interesting though. don't think it's as good as the first one. If you enjoy it, can't really fault you for it. It is an enjoyable game, it's just not as good as the first. And let's be fair, you probably have played way worse games on PS1. I think we've all played worse games on PS1. It's a shame that they never got to do the sequel to MediEvil 2. So you can look it up, and they had ideas. Specifically, like Kaya would turn out to be a villain. Which is interesting. That would be a twist. Although it'd mean more if she actually had any real personality in MediEvil 2. I'd say it really wasted. I think it ties into the good ending of MediEvil 2. One thing that was a problem in MediEvil 2, though, like, undeniably a problem. The life fountains in MediEvil 2. These life fountains return in MediEvil 2. If you use them up, they don't regenerate, though. Like in this, you finish a life fountain up, leave the level, come back, and you can reuse it. MediEvil 2, you'll use it up, and it's gone. Which is a major problem. That can lead you to a dead game where you just don't have the health to continue. Which is unfortunate. It's unfortunate design. It'd be really neat if interest in the MediEvil remake led to another MediEvil game. That'd be really cool. But I don't expect that to happen. One more pod. It's like Crash after the Insane trilogy and Crash Nitro Fueled. They've done another Crash game, and apparently it's a really good game. Cool stuff. It'd be really neat if MediEvil could get that kind of thing as well, but I really doubt it. Okay. Looking for one more pod. Yeah. Honestly, I'm surprised they didn't remake the second one and put it in with the first. I'm really surprised they decided to just do the first. It was a weird choice. Oh, there it is. Why did I not go down here? So it's like you've got the Crash remake trilogy and the Spyro remake trilogy, and Sony was like, no, one game will be fine. Which was really surprising. That wouldn't surprise me. It'd be a neat idea. I think people would be interested in a new Spyro like classic Spyro. And who knows, the Crash 4 was done by Toys for Bob, I think, who did the Skylanders games, which I've heard are pretty good. I just have no interest in the Toys to Life concept, so I never got LEGO Dimensions. The idea seemed cool, I'm not doing Toys to Life. Let's see what Toys for Bob could do with it. Yeah, like, you could have done, like, a MediEvil trilogy collection. Remake 1 and 2, and have a, include the PSP remake as an option. You know, since the PS4 does have the PSP emulator that they use for Parappa the Rapper Remastered. Spear! Looks like a messed up burger now. Alright, let's try and get enough for the chalice then. Oh, I meant to destroy the box to take off a bunch of the health, and then completely forgot about it. One. Come on, a little more. There we go. Let's go see the Pumpkin Witch. Yeah, I'll be very surprised if Crash 4 hasn't done well enough to justify
edifying spectacle, sir. Man and vegetable
enough
in a
interest in the
magnificent duel
company
to the death.
in Activision
I've come over all of a doodar. Here, have this lovely dragon gem as your
to
reward. Oh,
make a
lovely
Sparrow
majestic
4
creatures dragons are.
and have it ignore every Sparrow game that came after. Dragon Gem, nice. Where's the chalice? I mean, with Spyro, it's not as bad with ignoring the later stuff, because there was, down the well. Ah, there we go. Thank you, Sana. Because, like, there was the trilogy, then there was the Dragonfly, there were the Game Boy Advance games, which never really mattered. Hero's Tale, and then there was Shadow Legacy, and it doesn't really matter as much. There we go. Because after that, like, there was the Legend of Spyro trilogy, which is his own thing anyway. Plus Skylanders games, which were again their own thing. They could very easily justify it. I mean, hell, I don't think any of the games after the original trilogy came up with any noteworthy characters. It's like how the only character that was ever added to Crash after the original trilogy that seemed to matter was Crunch. And let's be fair, who gave a crap about Crunch Bandicoot?
Look at you running around in your bones, Fortescue. You're so nouveau dead. I, Ravenhooves, last prince of the centaurs, have not galloped the earth in over 10,000 years. Do yourself a favor, Fortescue. Take my longbow, more powerful than a crossbow. The option of flaming arrows, it is truly the weapon of noblemen.
Not often you see a longbow.
Congratulations! You don't quite have my breeding, Mr. Johnny-come-lately, but there's hope.
It's not often you see a longbow depicted as more powerful than a crossbow. The idea is usually the crossbow is more powerful, but it's slower to load. If the game has both the longbow and the crossbow. Yeah, but it's not often you see. I'm just thinking of like fast firing crossbows, and all I'm getting in my head is the Demon Hunter in Diablo 3. Whose standard attack is like dual wielding tiny crossbows. Like, ranged classes in Diablo 3 were busted. I'm coming to town. Yeah, but how often do any of these things actually do research like that? The idea usually being that, oh, crossbow is mechanical, so it's going to be stronger than what a human can pull back. When in reality, what they're really thinking of is a ballista. Fools. Ooh, love a took. Alright, so here's the fun part of this. We can't kill any of these or we'll lose chalice percentage. So we need to do everything that we need to do while avoiding all the people. Don't mind me, I'm stealing your rune. La 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 la. Ah. Double shield. Alright, back to copper. Should have been going back to copper now. It keeps giving me a lot of silvers. Yeah, we'll save the copper as an emergency. What's this? I always forget like the actual way in this place. This is later. Like with the way the camera is and just the weird layout of the village anyway, it's like a maze and it's really hard to keep track of direction. But yeah, you take a look at the chalice percentage, it is 59. It starts at 59 in the sleeping village. That counts for the people. Kill any of them and chalice percentage goes down. Which is fun, because there's one in particular that is stupid enough and is near enough to a body of water to kill himself. This control is really inaccurate. There we go. We have goodies. Something over there. Club. We need to set fire to things. Or just break things. Okay, there's the goal, the bust. Need that. There we go. Okay, and that lowers that, which means we can get the bust. So now what we need is the crucifix mold. I feel like there should be a door there. Hmm. Oh well. Let's get out of here. Alright. Now, this actually makes things a little simpler for us. Alright, we'll be here when you get back, Sana. Oh, back goes live. What's she playing?
If we don't find the shadow artifact,
Ooh,
Lord
Resident Evil 3.
Zarek will have us mocking out the demons for the next millennium.
So we can kill these guys. These guys are what we need to actually fill the challenge percentage. And now that these guys are here, villagers are off the streets. Which is great. Makes things simpler. Grab the Chaos Rune. Watch out for the blunderbuss. These bastards. And their blunderbuss. Alright, let's hit the library up. Go. If you want to check these books, they generally have details of the heroes in the Hall of Heroes. Which can be pretty interesting if you want to check them out. Okay. Need to head to the mayor's house. Do I? Gotta go to blacksmith's first. That's the church. There we go, the blacksmith. Crucifix cast. And the landlord's bust on top of that. And then we melt. Am I doing something wrong here? Cast. It's all in the rhythm. Up and down, up and down. Yes, if we're doing Monday, it'll be Digital Devil Saga 2. If not, it'll be Tuesday. And we'll be alternating that with Tales of the Abyss. And then once we're done with Tales of the Abyss, we'll be Skies of Arcadia. We want to give Chance the opportunity to play Skies of Arcadia for himself. In my opinion, it's one of the best RPGs there is, and he deserves to experience it for himself. Yeah. There we go, finally. That was needlessly awkward. Then after... After Digital Devil Saga 2 is gonna be... Legend of Dragoon. And I've also put on the coming soon tab. It is 2 deaths. Cool. I thought it was 2 deaths. Reset the death counter for that. I did put it at 2, didn't I? Yes. Alright. Okay, we got the safe key, so now we head to the mayor's house. Yeah, at some point after that, I put it on the coming soon tab. But the next game, the next RPG I want to do after those 4 is Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. We're going to be doing the PS Vita version, First Chapter Evolution, which... was not released outside Japan, but I have a full fan translation of it. If you're interested in The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky, the easiest way to pick it up is on PC. However, it is available digitally on the PlayStation Network for PSP. It's supposed to be really good. Like, absolutely fantastic. And I've been wanting to do it for a long time, so I'm just gonna set it up in there. And sometime after that, who knows, maybe we'll get to, some of the others, like the 2nd chapter, 3rd chapter as well, although that wasn't released in English on PSP. The easiest way to get that, the only real way to get that, actually, is on PC. Little more, and then we can, get the chalice. This way. Awesome. Yeah, Trails in the Sky should be good. Let's say all 3 chapters of it are on PC. From what I'm aware, the 3rd chapter is more a side story, doesn't really need to be played. 2nd chapter does come directly after the first one, or it's a direct sequel. So you do 1, you're going to want to do 2. There's the chalice. Grab that, and let's get out of here. But that's something to go into at a later date. What do we got? Oh, yeah. Yeah, if anybody wants to play the RPGs we have coming up, before we do, so you can experience them for yourself, Digital Devil Saga 2,
like a supernatural yo-yo.
the best way to play it is PlayStation 2, honestly. You can get it on PSN, for PS3 as a PS2 Classic, don't. Awful. Skies of Arcadia, there's no real option but to emulate it. Or, like, if you have a way of playing GameCube backups or Dreamcast backups. Shield. Flaming arrows. Ah, the magic sword. Legend of Dragoon is available on the US PlayStation Network as a PS1 classic. Tales of the Abyss. We're going to be playing the PS2 version. It is available on 3DS now. If you want to pick it up in Europe, that's really the only way to get it. And Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. You can get it on PSN for PSP. It will also work on the Vita and the, I assume, PlayStation TV. I'm not sure. If not, you'll have to modify your PSTV to do it. But it's also available on Steam. Wait, this isn't the magic sword. This is the axe, which is a good choice. This guy has the magic sword. But, hey, you're usually interested in RPGs. I recommend taking a look into Trails in the Sky. Again, you'd have to download it through PS3 and then transfer it to your PSP, which is unfortunate. But like, if you're going to do it, that'd be how you'd have to do it. Asylum Grounds. Honestly, the first truly tedious level of the game, I think. There's not a huge amount of like really tedious levels or levels that just don't feel great, but there are a few. Trails of Cold Steel is set in the same universe, set in the same world as Trails in the Sky. I don't think it's required to play it, but you might get a bit of a benefit out of it. Oh god, Jack the Green. I have Trails of Cold Steel 1. I might have 2 on PS3. I definitely have the first one on PS3. That damn dragon hedge. I've done it a bunch. Honestly, it's how I used to put PlayStation games on the Vita. The Vita could be really awkward about getting PlayStation games. It's like you couldn't get Resident Evil 2 on the Vita by downloading it on the Vita. You had to do it by downloading it on PS3, then copying it over.
Sir Fortescue. My name is Jack of the Green. I am the master of riddles.
Super awkward.
And this maze is my domain. You are free to leave, but only once you've answered 4 riddles.
And of course, now if you want to check out Vita, PS3 or PSP stuff, you have to do it through the PS3 store or the Vita store. You can't do it on the web store anymore, which is
at night
fucking ridiculous.
Come without being fetched. By day, they are lost.
So Jack of the Green tells riddles, and you have to go and find... Oh, Chansom's live. Ooh, he's playing Folklore right now. I have Folklore. I picked Folklore up a while back, and I've not gone around to playing it. Is that on the list of RPGs? I think it's RPG-ish, at least. Yeah, there it is. Folklore. Yeah, the Vita was really awkward about some of the PS1 stuff. And the only way around it, for some reason, was to... download the games on PS3 and copy them via the PS3 to the Vita. So the answer to the first riddle is stars. So we have to find the star trees and hit them. Which is really awkward. It's like, find 5 of them. It's like, one of them should have told you I figured out the riddle. No, find 5. And it's really the big problem with this entire level. It's busy work. Oh wait, no, I want that guy to hit that, don't I? There we go. Okay. One more. Okay, not like that. There's the one back in the entrance. Yep, there it is.
Well done, Sir Knight. But my star riddle was but a trifle. I always like to begin with an easy one. Return hither,
if we hit 150, 13
so
will come after the next game we complete. With the exception of Skies of Arcadia. It will not replace Skies of Arcadia, because that was a redemption reward, which you spent the points you accumulated for loyal viewing. And so we're not going to put that off any more than we already are. Skies of Arcadia comes after Tales of the Abyss. So if it hits in the next few months, if it hits in like the next month or so, it'll come after Digital Devil Saga. If it hits after that, it'll come after Legend of Dragoon. I'm not going to pause an RPG for it, though. Welcome back, Sana. We're solving riddles. Yay. This is like my least favorite part of this level. Hate the timing on this. Yeah. Okay.
Alright. Yes, it was a clown. Very clever.
Yeah, I will be here when you get back, Bane.
Return in haste, Sir Knight, for I wish to see the despair on your face when you hear my next cryptic puzzler.
Yeah, like I said, I think this is like the first truly... It's not a great level. It's the first really tedious one. Pools of the Ancient Dead is also kind of shit. That's for a different reason.
Face like a tree, skin like the sea, a great beast I be, yet vermin frighten me.
And this one is even worse because you can't go and just hit what you need to hit. No, this bit's an escort quest. Need the mouse. Where's the mouse? Alright, that's opened up, so it's probably this way. I hope everybody's looking forward to Final Fantasy 13. We're currently 20 followers away. And, like, there's words to say about that, and I imagine you guys will have things to say about it as well. It will not be a 100% playthrough because that requires post-game, and the minute the credits roll on Final Fantasy 13 is the minute I'm done. Cats. God damn it. Yeah, I think... Is 13 the first Final Fantasy that has post-game? It's like the last level of the Crystarium isn't unlocked until after you beat the game. And then it expects you to wander around Grand Pulse for no real reason. Come on. Yeah, you can't just hit the elephant.
Did you spot my bluff? I pretended that riddle was hard, but in truth it was obviously an elephant. This time, however, I almost pity you. The answer to my next vexing enigma has eluded the finest minds of a whole generation. Come to me.
A post-game like that makes sense with 12, with the hunts. 13 tries to justify it, I guess, with its missions, but its missions were really bland.
And stars. I can't abide the sun. Banish me with torchlight and you'll see me turn.
I mean, the hunts were all one thing anyway, but... like, the difference is 12 had other stuff to do as well. Meanwhile, you know, there's always been the argument, oh, Final Fantasy 13 gets good 30 hours in. Like, no. Final Fantasy 13 gets grindy 30 hours in. Fucking Behemoth Kings in that game. Eat them. I'm going to be doing the Xbox 360 version of that, the Xbox One backwards compatibility. So it should look quite nice though. That should be neat. It's not like 13 was a bad looking game to begin with. One thing you can always give Square credit for, they always make good looking games. Unless the game is called Mindjack. So, probably the worst part about this entire sequence is, like, you've got to figure out the answers to the riddles, and you've got to figure out how the game wants you to answer those riddles. Which is pretty abstract in every case. Oh, with this, yeah, no, move these torches to the windows of this one area that has a moon on the floor.
Blast you. It took me ages to come up with that darkness.
And then
one.
figure out you have to jump there.
Very well. Outrageous as it seems,
Hey, Magic, how
my
you doing, buddy?
vast intellect has been matched by your badly decomposed brain. Return at once and I shall give you your prize.
It's going okay. We're doing MediEvil for the PlayStation for Halloween. It's going good.
You think you're so clever.
Oh, Teek's gone live as well.
You are, sir.
No, I quit Castlevania. I wasn't
grant
feeling
you
it.
free passage through my maze. Find your own way out.
If you want to see a full playthrough of Rondo of Blood, I have one on the YouTube channel. It wasn't that long. Like, Rondo of Blood was fully done. The playthrough was fully done in one session on the YouTube channel. I remember that. 6 parts. Neat game. I don't remember the way out. It's gonna be where the square was, isn't it? All right. I never had the MediEvil demo. I had the actual game of MediEvil. The demos of other games. Never had the demo of MediEvil. I had the actual game. Yeah, it's kind of an awkward game to finish as a kid. You know what? The first one I want to get done is the Bishop. Bishop is an awkward mover. Can't fucking leave. Because the Bishop can only move diagonally. Oof. Would not recommend that, honestly. Really? The demo had the full game? Out of the way, Queen. Yeah, the demo had the full game. Huh. I've heard of that kind of thing happening before, but I'd never heard of it with MediEvil. I heard of it with there's a Saturn game, and I can't remember what it was. There was a Saturn game that shipped. They put a demo out for it, and the demo was the full game. And the way they covered it up was they specifically programmed in a splash screen. Yeah, I heard about that. That's a neat feature. It's always a neat feature. 100% might be a little much. It's like, cool, now play this version 100%. Your reward is this version that doesn't look as good or play as well. Okay. Maybe as an easier unlockable? Sure, but 100%. Yeah, there was a Saturn game, I can't remember what it was, that, the demo was the full game. The way they covered it up was you do the first level and it has a splash screen programmed in, and you can't get past that splash screen. And it specifically takes you back to the start, the title screen. Except the demo had the full game demo had the cheats still in it, so you could just enter the level select cheat, go to the second level, and then play the rest of the game.
I think maybe you should take my shield, yeah? It is magic here for this cure. Some say it is better to have a magic sword than a magic shield, but I say to use it, this is rubbish!
No, you don't unlock the original MSX Metal Gear, it's included. Same with Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. Yeah, I think I mentioned that when I did, because I played the demo of this last year, and that's my only experience. I played the demo of the remake last year, that's my only experience with the remake. My thought with MediEvil was like, fix up the controls, make it a little smoother, because the analog movement is really loose, and like that'd be the main thing. The HD collection is the Substance version of 2, the Subsistence version of 3, and Peace Walker. And the Subsistence version of 3 came with Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake on it, so they kept those for the HD collection. Even in the Vita version, you go out to Metal Gear Solid 3 and they're just on the menu. It was the first time that Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake was translated into English. Not the first time the original Metal Gear was translated into English on the MSX, because it did get a European release. I'll probably enjoy the remake when I eventually get it. The Spyro Reignited trilogy I've not played much of it. There's nothing wrong with it, I just don't like it as much, honestly. It's just my pickiness. I start it up and start the first game. And what's the first world called? The first world it makes me think of, like, if you've ever seen those fan projects of like Areas of Ocarina of Time remade in Unreal 4. And I'm never fond of those. Because, like, what did you do? You added like needless details. Oh, there's grass now. I mean, I don't have a real reason to dislike the Reignited trilogy, honestly. Although I felt like Sonic Flight was harder than it was in the original. But that could just be me being out of practice. Yeah, there's no real reason for me to dislike the Reignited trilogy, honestly. It's a fine piece of work, I don't know why I'm not overly into it. Just a feeling, honestly. I don't really understand it. Okay. Oh yay, the bats. The bats make this section a pain because not only can they hurt you, they also distract your aim from the zombies, which are more dangerous. Yeah, that's fair enough, Magic. It's also worth thinking very close to the platinum. I got it on Switch, so no trophies for me. Not that trophies have ever really been a reason to play a game anyway, for me. That said, I'd probably be way more willing to get the platinum for Spyro than I would Crash. I have the Insane Trilogy on PS4, but I'm never going to get the platinum for that. Yeah, it's the same thing as me. Sanya and I were talking about this in Mr. Charisma's stream earlier today. It's like, I only get the platinums if I'm having fun with the game. And it's like, that's why I got the platinum in Spider-Man. It wasn't bullshit, I was having fun with it. I got the platinum in Final Fantasy VII on PS4, the port, not the remake, the port. I got that. It was mostly stuff I was going to do anyway. The only thing I went out of my way for was the specific amount of gil, which was a simple case of let me just sell some all materia. Easiest way to get money in that game anyway. Some mastered all materia. And the date with Barrett. Yeah, you got a platinum trophy. It's not a difficult one to get. You don't even have to make any concession. I looked into it, and the trophy doesn't care if you put the built-in cheats on. Yeah, 99,999,999 gil is tedious. But with some mastered all materia, it's not too bad. The date with Barra I went out of the way for as well. I had to start a new game for that, but with the fast forward, it took me, I think, like 3 hours. But I looked into it and, like, the game doesn't care if you use the inbuilt cheats at any point. So you can just go into the battle with Emerald or Ruby and limit break them to death. The game does not care about it, it'll still give you the trophy. I got the platinum in Castlevania Requiem. Without the cheats? Yeah, no, it's simple. It's basically how you play Final Fantasy VII anyway. For the gil and the grinding, yes. Makes AP grinding with the magic pots way less tedious. Yes, I'm still going to use the W item glitch. Can't stop me. Everything... Oh, shit. Everything barring the date with Barrett and the 900... the gil count is stuff I'll do in a regular playthrough anyway. As it is, I've only beaten Final Fantasy VII on PS4 twice. The first time I did it, when I did the Barrett thing, I only played it to the date to get to the trophy. I didn't finish it then. And when I did it for the stream. No, I used the W item glitch. I got shit to do. Got shit to do, which is really just sit there and not do anything because I'm bored and I can't work up the effort. Can't work up the enthusiasm. Better term, actually. Let me cut out the tedium and I'm just more likely to deal with it. Honestly, I just wish that the stuff you could duplicate with the W item glitch was worth selling. It really isn't. You get so little for it. But yeah, Emerald and Ruby without cheats, not really a problem at this point. The game's easy enough to screw around with that anyway. My point really more than anything was I looked into it and the game doesn't check. The game doesn't stop you. It will just let you use the cheats. Which is probably a good thing. Yeah, the Master Doll materials and the ridiculous amount you get for them. That is probably a good thing, because I can imagine a lot of people wouldn't be into grinding and dealing with how you have to take down Emerald and Ruby. Except there are other games with way worse trophies than that. So, yeah. I don't know.
By heck, am I glad to see you. That Zarek tried to force me to hand over the Shadow Artifact. He means to release the demons from their tomb under the enchanted forest. But I said to him, I said, "You can't touch me, you lanky windbag. I'm the Mer." Aye, that told him. But then you had me locked up in here with all these nutters. Oh, it's been terrible. I haven't managed to get a word of...
There's a bunch of interesting ways with Emerald and Ruby. It's the interesting case of, like, trying to do it back in the late 90s, early 2000s, before we had widespread access to the internet and everybody had figured everything out, and try to do it now. Like, look up anything, and there's a dozen ways to take them both out. It's like trying to take down Omega Weapon in FF8 back in the day versus trying to do it now. It's good dialogue, I do like the mayor. You lanky windbag. Give me the magic sword, give me the magic sword. You're not giving me the magic sword. I'm not happy about that. There's a lot of interesting stuff with it.
Oh, Danielle. I've got something here I can give you.
I have the retranslation mod I want to do next time I go through 7, and I want to do it on the stream. There you go, the flaming longbow. But like, that's gonna be for a way later date. Because I want to do some of the stuff that I've not done before. And while the retranslation mod will be an interesting idea to mix it up, it's still FF7. And next level is we go back to the Enchanted Earth because we can now do it. Enough time sunk into it. You know, with enough time sunk into it, you can do anything. It's really my entire thing with the streams. Like, the streams provide me with the focus and motivation, and with that I can do almost everything in games. Yeah. But we're gonna call it there because I am not feeling great. I'd love to keep going, and if we kept going I could probably do this in one session. MediEvil isn't a hugely long game, we're over halfway definitely. But I'm not feeling great, so we'll have to come back with this another time, because I do want to finish this on stream, it'd be fun. But I hope everybody's enjoyed MediEvil. This has been fun to go through. Yeah, Penance can go fuck himself, honestly. Like, it's great that Europe got the international version of FF10. You know, because it took Square so long to release in Europe that the international version was already a thing in Japan, so they just gave us that. Cool. I guess, you know. Something a little extra for the delay that we went through. But, like, you know what? It's always a pain to go back to an area you want to revisit in FF10 and have to deal with a Dark Aeon. Oh, appreciate that. I'd like an opportunity to avoid them. But yeah, I want to thank everybody who's joined the stream, and I want to thank you all for your feel better wishes. I'll probably throw an extra stream in to finish this off. They're all bullshit, especially if you're dealing with them for the first time. I remember the first time I went back to Besaid. It's like, oh, I've got the airship, cool. Let's go back to Besaid. I wonder if anything's different there. And you land at the beach and you run all the way back, and then you get to Besaid and Dark Valifor. Oh. Oh. Yeah. And of course, God help you if you didn't pick up the piece for Tidus's celestial weapon behind Unalesca. Because if you didn't, you're gonna have to deal with Dark Bahamut to get it. Great. Yeah, I want to thank everybody for the wishes, and thank you for joining the stream. We'll wrap this up at some point. I want to finish this. We're doing pretty well with it. We've got all the chalices so far. Everything's going pretty well with this game. We'll be back tomorrow, 8 PM Greenwich Mean Time, with Scarface, The World Is Yours. Challenges. Scarface, The World Is Yours, chosen by Lino, who is a regular of the stream. No more Spooky Month. We'll do an extra stream to finish MediEvil. But after that, we're going back to regular. Tuesday maybe, or I'll throw it in a day where I wasn't intending to stream. I've never played it. This is me playing it for the first time. The Sunday Showcase is a setup we have. I have a long list on the Discord of games that I haven't played, or if I have played them, I played them for like 5 minutes. And so every week I pick one of our regular viewers to choose a game for me to go through on a Sunday, and we put a full stream into it and see how it is. So far we have done SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom, Shaun Say Risk His Revenge Director's Cut, and Metro 2033 Redux. And they've all been pretty interesting to go through. But yeah, we'll be back with this. Signer has been chosen to pick next week's, and he will get back to us on what he will choose tomorrow. We'll ask him tomorrow what he's chosen. But yeah, in the meantime, I want to thank everybody who's joined the stream. Thank you so much for your support. I always really appreciate it. Big special thank you to everybody who joined the chat for keeping me company. Signer, Bane, Teak, Sammy Joe, Magic. Yeah, there's no hurry, Signer. Tomorrow, ideally, but like this time before this time, do it after that. There are Tenchu games on the list. They are not Tenchu DS. Now, let me take a look. Tenchu 2, Birth of the Stealth Assassins, Tenchu Fatal Shadows, Tenchu Shadow Assassins, Tenchu Time of the Assassins, Tenchu Wrath of Heaven, Tenchu Z. You have 6 games to choose from. None of them are Tenchu DS. I would not give it more than a cursory glance. It is absolute shit and not fun to play. I appreciate that, Magic. I hope we enjoy it as well. And Tenchu Shadow Assault. We're not doing Shadow Assault either. I'm not even sure Shadow Assault is still being sold. Unfortunately, we can't do Return from Darkness, the Xbox version of Wrath of Heaven. Because it isn't available on any of the backwards compatibility. It's not available on Xbox One or Xbox 360. You had to have an original Xbox for it, which is unfortunate. Same with the Togi and the Togi 2. 2 of my favourite From Software games that nobody else seems to know about. But they're fucking great, and they're not playable on anything other than an original Xbox. Yeah. FromSoft should really remaster those. Like, they remastered Metal Wolf Chaos, of all things. They should remaster a Toga and just throw both games out. Be great. I'd buy them. The Toga was awesome. It had this really neat lore to it. Huge destructible environments on the original Xbox. It was fantastic. Yeah, Gundam... What's the full... I wrote down the full title of that. What is it? Oh, this list is messed up. I'll have to readjust this list. Gundam Side Story 0079, Rise from the Ashes for the Dreamcast. I actually have a Gundam game on the Vita, but I think it's just a battle game. Not sure how good that would be for a stream. Yeah, I think we hit everybody. Sina, Bane, Magic, Teak, Sammy Joe. Why'd you bite me? Why'd you bite me? Popped in. Appreciate that. I think that's everybody. Thanks so much for keeping me company. Gundam Breaker. Not Gundam Breaker. Mobile Suit Gundam Extreme versus Force. Yeah, versus Force. I think I heard it was good from somebody. Yeah, I think Guy was playing it. At one point, and I was like, that looked pretty cool. So I kept it in mind, and then it went on sale at one point, and I grabbed it. I think they ported it to PS4 now. I don't know. But yeah, we've got some people with us. Yeah, versus a breaker. We've got some people with us. Mr. Charisma is still streaming, going through Resident Evil. He says that he's doing a marathon. He's been going through RE4 for how long now? About 5.5 hours. He says he's doing a marathon. He's going to be moving to RE3 make after that. So it should be good. So we're going to go and raid Mr. Charisma. We've raided him before. He's a cool dude. Last day of his spooky numbers. But yeah, with that, I want to thank everybody for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic time of day. We'll be back tomorrow with Scarface, The World Is Yours for PlayStation 2 as part of the Sunday Showcase. And with that, thank you all for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic time of day, and take care. Catch you next time, guys. Bye. Oh, actually, before we go, oh, Chansum isn't streaming anymore. I was going to give him a shout out in case anybody wanted to watch him. Let's see. Teak is streaming. If anybody wants to watch him. And our friend Batgirl is also streaming if anyone wants to check her out. Both cool people. Really enjoy their work. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic time of day, and take care. We'll catch you next time, guys. Thanks for the well wishes, everybody.